Here, and it is another beautiful day at Treasure Cay in the Bahamas. Look at this. Absolutely stunning day, and I think this is the last good day that we're going to get here for probably the next week or so. And so Meli and I, we're going to take full advantage of it, and we're going to take my client SeaVee over to, we're going to go to Abaco Inn. Meli? Yes, I think we're going to go over to Abaco Inn for lunch because that's a little bit of a haul here from Treasure, and I prefer really good weather to get there if I can, and today looks like that day. So I'm gonna go get the boat cleaned right now while Meli gets ready, and then we're gonna boogie over to Elbow, and I'll, like always, take you guys a long 4-hour day over at Elbow. This is the house where my buddy's letting me keep the SeaVee until our dock is done. Our SeaVee, his SeaVee, and that's actually our dock. That's our dock getting finished over there, so fingers crossed, should be done today. Something that I want to touch on really quick before we get into the rest of this video is what I'm doing here, washing down the boat. Over here in the Abacos, or really anywhere in a super salty environment like this, it's extremely good practice to wash down the boat as much as you can. You don't want any of that salt to sit on the boat and solidify, and then it becomes really hard to break down. It breaks down your wax on the boat. It's just not a good situation for anyone. And in line with this, one thing you want to be sure you do over here in the Bahamas is to dry your boat if you don't have a spot zero. The water over here is super hard and has a lot of calcium on it, and if you don't dry your boat, it's going to leave water spots everywhere, and it's going to make it extremely hard to clean when you get back to the States and get those water spots out. All right, we finished cleaning the boat, and now it's time to go and pick up Meli to get some lunch. Ready for Abaco Inn? Cleaning takes time. You ready for Abaco Inn?
Yes, I am.
Let's go party.
Please?
Yes. Oof, she's ready to go. Didn't like having to wait for me to clean. Got the drinks loaded down. As you can see, it's an extremely nice day over here. It's a little bit overcast. I wish the sun was out a little bit more, and there's an ever so slight chop on the water, but it's nothing the SeaVee 340B can't eat up. Just an awesome day. Couldn't have asked for better weather. And something you're gonna see here in a second is the island getting developed off the point of Marsh Harbor. Most of us know it as Matlow Key. I've talked about this briefly in another video, but they're actually developing a big resort there called Montage Key. It's gonna be super high end, very expensive. They're actually selling several private homes on the island as well with their own private beach. Something that I really like about the way the developers are doing it, it's actually open to the public. If you want to go to the restaurant and eat lunch there, you can take their boat and eat. I have no doubt it's going to be very expensive, but it's nice to see developers keeping a lot of the area open to the public for everyone to enjoy. This is something that I surprisingly have not mentioned in any of my other videos, but when you're coming into White Sound on Elbow, which is where the Sea Spray Marina and the Abaco Inn are, out on the way to the main channel, there is this rock out in the middle of the water. It's probably just under a mile from the entrance to the channel, but it's well charted, as you saw at the beginning of this video, and you'll see again at the end of the video. But at high tide, the rock just barely sticks out of the water, so it is something that you have to watch out for so that you don't ruin your day. And if you're running at nighttime, it's best just to take as wide of a path around it as possible. I've showed this run coming into White Sound many times before, so there's no need for me to harp on it. So here's the run sped up quite a bit. Just as I say in every one of these videos, please, as you approach the houses on the peninsula, please slow down and do not make a wake for them. Bring your A game, you got this. Yeah, but just do one to start. And when you do, baby, try to get on the dock and just keep the line between the two. When you dock the boat at Abaco Inn, they like it if you dock using a stern anchor, and I've mentioned this before, but when I get the big boat over to the Bahamas this summer, I'm gonna make a full video on how to do that for you guys. What? Just hold it around the ladder if you have to. Just keep it between the two boats so we don't hit. And so what you're seeing me do right now is line the boat up so I have the perfect run between the two boats next to me going into the dock. And in a second here, I'm gonna go and grab that stern anchor and toss it in the water and hold on to that anchor line. And obviously this is best done when you have someone to deal with the stern anchor, somebody to deal with the bow lines, and then also a captain to drive the boat. But Meli and I, we work really well as a team on the boat. We have a lot of experience doing it because a lot of times it's just the two of us over here cruising around, and so we make it work, and it's really like a well-oiled machine. She knows what I want, I know what she wants, and so it works really, really well together. And so you see me now just kind of feeding out the stern line, making sure to keep it out of the propellers. That would not be a good situation whatsoever. Oh, maybe can you push off that boat, baby? There you go, we're good, you got it. Perfect. And as you just heard, sometimes in these tight situations with these center consoles, sometimes it just takes a little bit of manual force to make sure, you know, you're not scratching up another boat, because it is a super tight fit between these two boats. You know, if this boat was 10.5 feet wide, there was probably 12 feet between the two boats. And so it's a tight fit, but we made it work like a team. And you can see here that once you're nice and docked up, it's extremely easy just to step straight off the bow and onto the dock. Once you know how to do it and you've done it a couple times, it really isn't hard at all. There is the 34 SeaVee in all of her glory, and something to note is that, again, the sterns of these boats are being held on by an anchor, so they do move back and forth. So make sure your boat is set where you're not going to hit another boat, and set some fenders if you are going to hit. The last time that we were at Abaco Inn, I mentioned how I liked eating on this back patio a little bit better because I like the view overlooking the Sea of Abaco better. I think you can see more, you can see the boats coming and going, and it's usually a little bit more protected from the wind, but it's a nice little dining area. This is the bar right here, and Meli and I had to enjoy the signature rum drink of the Abaco Inn. I got a burger with some cheese fries, and Meli got the tuna wontons, and the food at the Abaco Inn is absolutely phenomenal. A quick shot of the view from the Sea of Abaco side of the restaurant, and another quick shot from the ocean side. Leaving the restaurant, I wanted to take a quick moment just to show you guys the little area where you dock your boat. It's a gorgeous little bay, and there's even this beach with a blow-up raft if you want to sit and enjoy some time at a very protected beach. And when leaving the dock, I prefer to do this solo because there's no way I would make Meli take in the stern anchor, and this is an easy enough job for me to do solo. And so I untied the stern anchor, and what I'm doing right now is I'm playing with the throttles to position the boat in a place where when I go ahead and pull on the stern anchor line, I'm gonna pull the boat out and I'm not gonna hit the boat that's next to me. So once I have the boat situated in an orientation where I know it's safe for me to go ahead and start pulling the boat, I actually am just gonna pull the boat by the stern anchor. That way I'm not hitting anything. I don't have to actively drive the boat while also pulling the anchor. And it's just a really easy way to do this. And so you can see here, I got the boat right to the anchor, pulled the anchor up, and there's a little bit of sand on it because this bottom here, it's all sand and grass. And so just dunk it in the water a couple times to clean that off, and off we go. Oof. We made it off. We made it clear. It's always a little bit stressful coming out of here when there's boats around and you have stern anchor to deal with, dock lines, and I'm almost working single-handedly, but we made it. Now time to head back to Treasure and actually do some work so I can afford to be over here. Before we left, I decided to go take a little tour of the Sea Spray Marina so I can show you guys that marina. And this time of year, this marina is almost exclusively sport fishing boats because of the ease of access to Tolu Cut and offshore. And I don't know if you guys have been following the fishing reports lately out of Abaco, but these boats have been absolutely been doing some damage on the billfish around here. For a while there, these boats were pretty much getting grand slams every single day. Pretty damn impressive, pretty awesome to see. But me, I come from the sport fishing world, and custom boats are my absolute favorite type of boat in the world. And there were quite a few of custom boats back up here. Clay Time was back here, Salty Fair was back here, and a bunch of others. And so I enjoyed just driving around and staring at these boats. And heading out also was a gorgeous dual row seating 41 Valhalla, and you don't see many of these V41s with dual row seating, so I really enjoyed seeing this boat. We had an absolutely gorgeous ride back to Treasure. The sun came out a little bit. There's still some clouds in the sky, but the sun definitely came out more than it was before, and we had a perfect following sea, which this SeaVee really likes, so could not ask for a better afternoon. Running the Windward Beach back into Treasure is always a good time, and it's always nice to see the houses and all that good stuff. Just remember, if you are going to do this, to please stay off the beach enough where you're not a hazard to anyone who might be swimming off those houses. And this is something that is not appreciated by anyone here at Treasure, so please don't be this person. All of the canals and marina area at Treasure are no wake zones, and even if you're in a little jet ski or a little tender like this that really doesn't throw much of a wake, please abide by the rules and do not go blasting down the canals like this. As you can see, we made it back to the condo. It was pretty uneventful getting in, so I didn't really film any of it, but made it in. I did what I had to do work-wise. I actually had to fly back to the States on tomorrow to do some showings on Thursday, so I was just finishing up, all the logistics of those showings and setting all that up and whatnot. And so, like I said, I have to work to afford to be able to come over here so much. But got that taken care of, so I'm gonna go spray the boat down, get all the salt off, and then Meli and I think are gonna go either sit in the hot tub or watch the sunset from the beach or do something along those lines. And so, what do you think we're gonna do?
For dinner?
No, next, after we spray the boat down.
Yeah, grab some rum and coke. Yeah.
I guess we're drinking this afternoon. Let's go. Time for a little hot tub action. Our hot tub plans had to take a back seat because we stepped out onto the beach and saw how absolutely stunning of an evening it was. What a beautiful evening it is out on the beach. What do we think?
Look at this. They're having a romantic dinner.
Yes, there's a couple having a romantic dinner on the beach, and I'm pretty sure Meli has taken 11 million pictures of them, stared at them, dreamed about me doing that for her.
Stop
I
it.
promise I will. I promise I will.
Lying.
I promise I will, but no. These are the evenings that we live for out here in the Bahamas. Just look at this again. Can I do it one more time?
Yes.
I really don't want to leave tomorrow. I do not want to leave whatsoever, but it makes it all worth it knowing I'm coming back on Friday in literally 2 to 3 days, so I gotta do what I gotta do, but it's hard to leave paradise sometimes. Alright, good. That's right there. This is literally perfect. Perfect lighting for a photo shoot with that boat right now. You know that?
Yeah.
And I've talked about this before in my Treasure Cay videos, but if you come to Treasure Cay and want the absolute best place to stay, the Bahama Beach Club is absolutely the spot to be. The videos you're seeing right now of me on the beach, that's behind the Bahama Beach Club. I mean, just like that boat there, you can pull your boat up anywhere along here. Because this beach is on the Sea of Abaco, it's pretty nice almost all the time. And so You can bring your boat up, anchor it, leave it out here all day, go eat at the bar, go swim at the pool, do whatever you gotta do. And then the actual resort itself is absolutely stunning. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little panorama of the resort. It is out of this world beautiful. My beautiful wife. And then I know in the last Treasure Cay videos, I mentioned how all of the meals are out of the restaurant here on the new side. Well, as of about 3 to 4 weeks ago, the original bar and grill on the old side that has a swim-up bar and the much bigger U-bar, that's all open right now. And so the Bahama Beach Club and Treasure Cay are waiting for your arrival. Do yourself a favor and come visit Treasure. I guarantee it'll be the single most magical place you have ever visited in your entire life. And this is something that's funny. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but the owners of this Regal that was out there, I assume were up at the bar grabbing a drink, but on the way back down to the boat, the wife didn't want to get wet, and so the husband put her up on her shoulders and is walking out to the boat to bring her there. Chivalry is not dead. The sun is going down. Ooh, look at this picture.
Sunset time.
Sunset time. The sun is going down. Look at how, I mean, I've already showed you how beautiful of an evening it is, but just look how much prettier it's getting. Evenings like this make all of the stress of the rest of my life completely disappear.
That's why we're late for. Right?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Kids.
Oof. Let me tell you, it is also evenings like these that make me want to drop everything in the States and just move here for good. And believe me, it's definitely something we've talked about. We've definitely talked about it. Luckily, I have a job working in the yachting industry where a lot of my business anyways comes from over here. I'd say probably 80% of all my business comes from over here just because I've made this kind of my natural market. So, you know, it justifies me being over here quite a bit. Yeah, and I'm just extremely blessed I'm in a position where that's the case, where I can come over here and work and, you know, end my work day sitting on a beach like this with an amazing view. Just very grateful that God gave me the life that I did. Oh, gave us the life that He did. It's a great freaking evening. All right, as you can see, we're back in the condo. Had a great time watching the sunset. And we got the wife chefing it up. What are we cooking?
Pasta.
What kind of pasta?
Tomato sauce with basil.
Ooh, creamy tomato?
Yeah.
Ooh, a little creamy tomato pasta. For those of y'all who don't know, Meli, right here, she's actually a trained chef. She went to culinary school in Argentina. And so I eat quite well, which is very nice. Isn't that right, baby? Oh yeah, so, very much looking forward to this much needed meal because I am starving after a long day and some carbs absolutely hit the spot. Just finished eating dinner. It was a great meal. Thank you, baby. And that's pretty much gonna shut out our day here. So quick reminder, if you like the channel, like boats, Bahamas, all this kind of stuff, please subscribe. It helps me big time. Like the videos, comment below what you want to see, and I will see y'all in the next video.